Happy Thursday, everybody. It's Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. We're at Max Morris Gymnasium on the campus of West Frankfort High School. It is the second game for the Carterville Lions in the Midwinter Classic, Scott, and we just watched what turned out to be the championship game in the ladies division and watched the Lady Tigers win or get beat by West Frankfort, but it went to the tiebreaker. And Heron winds up 2-1. They get the tie-breaking win over the Pinckneyville Lady Panthers. So Heron Lady Tigers are the champions on the lady side. Marissa Russell from Heron, selected tournament MVP.
Yeah, coming into this tournament, the Heron ladies had not had a very good season, but this is the time of year you want to start playing your best basketball, especially heading into postseason. So congratulations to the Heron Lady Tigers on probably what was an unexpected title, because you had the Cesar-Valere girls team in this tournament that I think were undefeated coming into this tournament, and Heron knocked them off the first night. So Carterville boys are hoping to pull an upset here tonight.
That's exactly what I was saying. That would be a perfect time for the Carterville Lions boys varsity to get things going. And tonight they're going to have their hands full as they're going to take on the Cairo Pilots. Last night the Pilots knocked off Heron 83-69, and it was Terrell Jones, or Demarius Taylor rather, that winds up with 43 points in that game. He had 20 in the first half, 23 in the second half. This is a team that likes to get out and run, and they will dog you as they'll let you crash your own boards, and then all next thing you know, they're shooting an arrow the other way and a long outlet pass to get the easy layup, and that's how they work you.
Yeah, if you like watching the track meet, you'll like watching the Cairo Pilots play tonight, because they get up and down the floor. They will pressure you defensively, and they will also turn the basketball over. They turned the ball over a lot against Heron and Marion. I did that Marion-Carroll game on Saturday night, and Carroll, the smaller team against Marion, but they out-rebounded the Wildcats. They've got some guys that will crash the boards. Carterville's going to have to do a very good job of keeping the Pilots off the offensive glass.
The Cairo Pilots come into this game tonight with a 15-3 mark. As a matter of fact, I think they could win the tournament with a win tonight.
Well, they would still have to play Saturday against the winner of the other pool.
Oh, that's right. And they would win the pool tonight.
Which everybody expects that to be El Dorado.
Correct.
So, and what's kind of ironic about that, Christopher's a small school, but you could have two of the smallest schools in this tournament playing for the title come Saturday night.
This Lions broadcast that's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. That's where they offer the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. To learn more, visit their website, tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll take our first break of the broadcast as we are in the pregame warm-ups as the Carterville Lions are getting ready to take on the Cairo Pilots at the West Frankfort Midwinter Classic here on NewsRadio WJPF. We are just about 6.5 minutes away from the tip-off as the Carterville Lions get ready to take on the Cairo Pilots. Last night, the Lions got beat by the Marion Wildcats by 30, a 54-24 game. And, I don't know, Marion, they were dominating in every fashion, and yet seemed like they were running at practice speed during the game. And Carterville, the one thing that they're going to have to find a way, to pick up some intensity in these games and show some fight. It's been a long season, admittedly, but you have to stay in there and fight it out.
Yeah, Carterville only had 5 field goals in the game last night, only 26 attempts. That's an average of about 6 attempts from the field per quarter. So that's going to have to change tonight against a very good Carroll team. As we mentioned, they love to get up and down the floor. The Taylor kid is probably going to end up winning MVP of this tournament unless something crazy happens. But I saw a quote today, Dave McKenzie, that made me think of the Carterville Lions. And I don't remember who came up with this quote, but I thought it was perfect for Carterville. It said, "Practice like you've never won and play like you've never lost." This Carterville team needs to get a mindset of we got to go out there and we got to play with confidence. And I know when you've only won 3 games so far this season, it becomes a mental thing, and you get your dauber down, as they say. And when you shoot a shot, instead of knowing it's going to go in, you hope it's going to go in. But I think Carterville's got to start with that mindset. They've got to play like they've never lost.
I know who that quote's from.
Okay.
Abraham Lincoln.
All right. Honest Abe.
We're going to go and take another break. When we come back, we'll continue on our pregame show. It's brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. Bank of Carbondale now has an online mortgage center where you can check rates or you can apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, visit their website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval. NMLS registration number 742871. Carterville Lions basketball continues next on News Radio WJPF. We need one more break, Brian. Okay. My name is Dave McKenzie. Scott Hudson sitting next to me here at Max Morris Gymnasium, one of our favorite places to call a basketball game, as it is the Midwinter Classic. And the Lions are preparing to take on the Cairo Pilots here this evening. They're coached by Larry Wood, and a very good team as they come into the game. I think they are 15-3, Scott Hudson, and man, they just have been very dominant of late, and they are just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. They've beaten Heron twice this year already. Once on a neutral floor, and once at Heron. They've knocked off Marion earlier this week. They are for real. They're a very good team. They've got a little bit of size, not one of the bigger teams they've had in the past, but they shoot the ball well. They handle the ball well. Malachi Brown is a big force on the inside, and, of course, Demarius Taylor. I know it's probably a little late to get up here now and watch him, but if you get a chance to come up this weekend and watch him play, he is worth the price of admission, and Carterville's really going to have to keep him in check tonight.
You can actually go online and watch Demarius Taylor play. If you go to YouTube and just search Carterville Lions versus Cairo Pilots, you can watch and listen to the game right there. You talk about their size. Their tallest guy is 6'2", and there's about 3 or 4 of them on there, you're right, but they just get up and down the floor, and they will pressure you on the defense, get the turnover, and then they get out on that running game, and that is what they want to do. Now, this is also a team that can be beat. You can if you get the hot touch, which hasn't happened often for Carterville this year, but if they were to maybe light things up, they could make a game of it.
Yeah, I think so. I think another key for Carterville, they need to play with a lead. Too many times this season, Carterville's had to try to come from behind, and they just don't have the offensive weapons to come from double-digit deficits and win ball games. So if Carterville could get the lead here tonight, put a little pressure on Carroll. Carroll knows what Carterville's record is, so they may come out here a little flat. Carterville's got to take advantage of that.
That would be nice, but, Carterville played well for about a quarter and a half at Pinckneyville. They played, of course, they got the win over Sparta, and then they played decent for the first quarter last night against Marion, because at the end of one, it was just 12-4. Carterville got within 4 of Marion after that, but then it was Marion ran away with it. So they've had spurts where they've played well, and hopefully we can get that tonight here for the Carterville Lions.
Well, Dave, real quick, one problem I see already. I don't know if you've noticed this.
Both teams are
in white. So we'll have to look at the scoreboard to find out who the home team is. I guess they introduced the visitors first, but this is very odd. Somebody forgot to bring their away jerseys, so we've got 2 teams dressed in white tonight.
Play-by-play guys love that.
Oh.
We need to get a play-by-play guy and ask him what he's thinking.
That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Oh, yay. Carterville apparently will be the visiting team here this evening, as they are the first ones to be introduced. You have Justin Johnson, Connor Henderson, Dylan Valerius out on the point. He'll run the offense for the Carterville Lions and Coach Shane Hawkins. Here comes Dylan Moore, and the final starter for the Carterville Lions will be number 32. That'll be Grant Garby. So again, it will be Valerius, Johnson, Moore, Garby, and Henderson, the starting 5 for Coach Shane Hawkins and the Carterville Lions, as the cheerleaders for Carterville doing their welcome cheer to the crowd here.
Dave, another thing I noticed, I'm not so sure that Carterville is going to wear their warm-ups. They are long sleeve, but none of the starters have taken them off yet. And that may be what they're going to have Carterville do, is wear their orange tops, so not everybody's dressed in white. I could be wrong, but normally by now they've already taken their tops off.
And it looks like maybe the case, as I see some of them, the jerseys have to be tucked in.
Yeah.
And starting to see some of the starters tuck those in. So that may be the case. That would be a good solution. I would hate to play in a long-sleeve shirt, but it is what it is. And we'll see. As for the Cairo Pilots, it's going to be Farley Ward at number 00, the 6'1 sophomore guard. That is one of the starters. James Vaughn, the 5'7 junior guard, is at the other guard position. Number 2, Terrell Jones, the 5'8 sophomore for Coach Larry Wood. You have number 11, Demarius Taylor, as we said, had 43 against Heron. And then it'll be number 24, Malachi Brown, the 6'2 senior forward for the Pilots. So it'll be Ward, Vaughn, Jones, Taylor, and Brown, the starting 5 for the Cairo Pilots, as the Cairo cheerleaders now do their welcome to the crowd here this evening. 8 minutes are on the clock, and we are just glad to have you listening to Carterville Lions basketball on NewsRadio WJPF, or if you're watching on our YouTube channel, thank you so much for doing that as well. We hope you enjoy the ball game. It is brought to you by our friends at Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville. For over 30 years, a certified York dealer, and they service all brands. You can call 985-2502 or charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Scott Hudson, you are a smart man. You noticed that. Carterville comes out in their warm-up jerseys that have the Carterville logo on the front, has the big number on the back. Fortunately, we know every one of those guys.
Well, here's the thing, Dave. I'm thinking maybe you forgot to wash Carterville's away jerseys, and but you know it is obviously different.
Maybe it was my turn.
But the good thing is yes, we do know the players by their faces, but the numbers are so big on those orange jerseys. I like that too.
It actually does, as it will be Malachi Brown jumping against Justin Johnson. And the Cairo Pilots, they win the tip, and they are going to be moving from left to white. They are in the white home jerseys here as we begin play at the Midwinter Classic. They work it over toward the left side, down the baseline, kick-out pass right there in the lane. We have a whistle and a foul on the Lions. First thing, as it was Malachi Brown that was driving down the lane. He got hacked and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, James Vaughn for Carroll got the ball in the left corner, did a little pump fake, went by Justin Johnson, got the baseline and was able to create that play on the inside for Malachi Brown.
And he's at the line. The first free throw is on the way, and it's a little strong off the back of the iron. No good. 7:44 just underway here at Max Morris Gymnasium. Malachi Brown's second free throw is on the way. Again, just a little too strong as Grant Garby gets the rebound. Justin Johnson across the timeline, right side to Dylan Moore. They get it down to Henderson. They try to get it to the cutting Garby, but it's tipped away. A turnover on the Lions, and the Pilots rather missed the layup by Demarius Taylor. And we got another whistle and a foul. They are so fast. Just that one pass, that outlet pass, and they're by you.
It's like they're shot out of a cannon, and they don't waste any time getting into the front court.
Connor Henderson charged with the foul. That's 2 in the first 34 seconds of the game on the Carterville Lions. As Terrell Jones is out top. He runs the point, gets it to Ward. Ward fires from just inside the three-point line. That's good from the top of the key for Fairleigh Ward. 2-0, Pilots. Carterville with the basketball. Valerius to Johnson, who steps across midcourt. They try to get the trap there, but now they back off into a 2-3 zone. Carterville's right side, Dylan Moore to Connor Henderson, the stutter step. He gets it to Moore. Moore at the top of, or inside the free throw line. Gets it to Valerius, to Johnson, fakes the shot, pass inside to Garby, give and go to Johnson. Nice job by the Carterville Lions. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, nice job by Johnson to get the ball in from the wing and then go down the lane and get the stick back, or the pass from Garby.
Demarius Taylor, he just takes the ball and drives down the right side of the lane and gets the whistle and the foul. So we've played a minute and a half, and this is 3 fouls now on the Carterville Lions.
Carroll plays with such reckless abandon that they get to the free throw line early and often. They will force the issue. As we said, they're not a big team on the inside, but it doesn't matter. They look to penetrate every time they get the ball.
Demarius Taylor scores his first point of the game. He had 43 last night against the Heron Tigers. His free throw bounces high off the rim, no good. Dylan Moore gets the rebound, gets it to Johnson, who brings it across midcourt, across the Redbird logo. Carterville moving from right to left. They're playing in long sleeve shirts because they forgot their road jerseys tonight. Pass down inside to Garby's, tipped away. Turnover on the Lions. There go the Pilots. As it is Jones, who fires from 3, doesn't hit anything. Rebound to Brown. He takes it in the paint, puts it up, gets the bucket and the foul.
Well, they've already got 2 offensive rebounds in this first quarter, and that was a little bit of a lucky break that the ball came off the rim
so far
out. Malachi Brown just happened to be at the right place, right time.
Malachi Brown is at the line shooting the and 1. 5-2, Pilots lead. Free throw off the iron, no good, but it comes right to the Pilots, and they control again as Taylor fires from 3. His shot rebounds high off the rim, no good, and it was Terrell Jones that steps out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
So Jones gets the offensive rebound. That would be a turnover since he had control, but it just shows you how quick even their smallest players are getting to the glass.
5-2, Cairo with the 3-point lead here. 5:55 in the first quarter. Pass is tipped away, but Carterville controls. They get it to Connor Henderson, who gets it down to Garby on the low block. He leaves it out for Johnson, who fires from 3. Rebound, battled for on the floor. And it's the Pilots that come away with it. There goes Ward across midcourt. Nice pass to Taylor, and he gets the layup. He's got 3 in the game. It's a 5-point, 7-2 lead for the Pilots.
Run and gun.
Carterville into the front court. Dylan Valerius forced to the left side of the floor. And he pulls his dribble up, gets it down to Garby. Garby on the low block, takes it into the paint. We got a whistle and a foul. It'll be the first foul on the Cairo Pilots, and that's going to be on Malachi Brown.
Well, we know when Garby gets the ball on the inside, whether it be Austin or Grant, they're going to get it. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to take it to the hole, so they might be able to get the Pilots in foul trouble.
Valerius going to trigger the inbound. Gets it to Dylan Moore. Moore, top of the key. Pulls up his dribble. Pass is tipped away. There go the Pilots once again, but it's Valerius that gets a hand on it, and the Pilots turn it over. Justin Johnson needs some help. Gets it into the front court. Dylan Valerius takes it between the circles to the right elbow. Kicks it out for Dylan Moore, who fires from 3. Doesn't hit anything, and it's Malachi Brown that gets the rebound. Quickly the other way to Demarius Taylor. He just floats down the lane, takes it up, gets the bucket, and the foul.
Well, he's just so smooth. He can hit the 3 with ease, and he gets on the inside, and he can elevate so quickly that he's just, and again, as I said earlier, I haven't seen every team play in this tournament. I haven't seen El Dorado, Christopher play, but I have to believe right now Mr. Taylor's in the lead for tournament MVP.
Foul was on Austin Garby, his first, and Demarius Taylor hits the free throw. He's got 6 of the 9 for Cairo. So it's Carterville basketball. Valerius, left-hand dribble, takes it left side to Connor Henderson. Nice pass down to Austin Garby. Kicks it out to Justin Johnson, who fires from 3. Good for JJ. Yes, finally. Big shot there. 5 points for Justin Johnson. He's got all 5 for the Lions. We've got a whistle and a foul and a travel and a turnover on the Cairo Pilots. And right now each team has 3 turnovers here in this first quarter. There's 4:20 on the first quarter clock, a 10-5 Cairo Pilot lead.
Well, Carterville really needs to get Justin Johnson going. He's the one guy that can keep them in this ball game.
Yes, he can. As Dylan Valerius backs it up. Their full court pressure being applied by the Pilots. Connor Henderson got away with a walk, but gets it to Austin Garby. Now to Justin Johnson. To Dylan Valerius, who backpedals with the dribble. Left-hand dribble, brings it left side. Luke Stritzel has the ball, gets it to Garby. He kicks it over to Johnson again for 3 off the iron. Doesn't get that touch. Battles for the rebound, and it is Jones quickly the other way. He gets it to Taylor. Taylor crossed over dribble, puts it up on the layup, and it's tipped up and in by Malachi Brown. His first bucket of the game. 7-point lead, 3.5 left in the first.
Relentless, I guess, is the best word I can use to describe Cairo.
2-2-1 full court press by the Pilots, but Carterville breaks it. They get it down to Austin Garby. He gets the little bunny shot. It is 12-7 now. Pilots basketball. As Farley Ward, between the legs, top of the key, kicks it out to Taylor, who fires from 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And that's their first 3 of the game. Gives them an 8-point lead.
To quote Stuart Scott, as cool as the other side of the pillow. As Carterville turns it over, Henderson's pass is tipped away. Pilots, they get it to Demarius Taylor. And Malachi Brown gets the put back. It's a 10-point lead, 2:35.
Malachi Brown already has 3 offensive rebounds.
And 4 points in the game. Demarius Taylor has 9. Farley Ward has 2. Carterville has it in the front court. Luke Stritzel fires from 3 off the front of the iron. No good, and Dylan Valerius goes over the back trying to get the rebound. It is really weird seeing the guys in long-sleeve shirts out there.
Well, you know, when you've only won 3 games, you'll try anything.
Yep.
But James Vaughn just got the rebound for Carroll. He's only 5'7". And it just goes to prove that you don't have to be the biggest or strongest to be a good rebounder. You just got to get good position. That's what he did.
Fidel Campbell checks in for the Carterville Lions, replacing Connor Henderson, as Terrell Jones with the right-hand dribble takes it to the right wing. Back out top, gets it to Ward. Ward leaves it for Taylor. His shot rims out, no good. Carterville gets the rebound. Dylan Valerius will control for the Lions. 1:51 remaining in the opening quarter. It's a 10-point game, 17-7. Pilots with the lead. Justin Johnson on the left wing. He's picked up by Malachi Brown. Nice pass to the cutting Dylan Valerius. He gets fouled on the shot. He's going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Carroll will give you opportunities, whether it be with turnovers or fouls. But Carterville's going to have to do it better. Carterville already with 4 turnovers in the game. Carterville 3 of 7 from the field. They already have half of the field goals they had for the entire game against Marion.
Dylan Valerius hits his first free throw as the foul was on 0-0. Double aught. Farley Ward, his first foul of the game. 2 team fouls on the Pilots. Second from Valerius is good, as it is going to be Tyler Biddle that checks in. He's going to replace Dylan Valerius, who gets a high five from Coach Shane Hawkins. 17-9, 1:35 left in the opening quarter. Farley Ward works it back around to the right side. That's where Terrell Jones has it. Now to Taylor. Taylor is guarded by Luke Stritzel. Has his hands full. Taylor takes it into the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Tried to save it. Fidel Campbell. But I think he stepped out of bounds, so it's going to belong to the Pilots.
One thing Carroll will do offensively, sometimes they try to force shots, sometimes they take bad shots, but normally they make up for that with their good shooting, and they'll end up getting more possessions because they'll create turnovers.
Darren Halliburton checks in for Ward.
And looking at the clock, I don't know what the problem is, but Shane Hawkins has voiced his opinion on it.
And we are underway. The inbounds pass comes to Malachi Brown. He kicks it over to the right side. The shot from about 15, no good, but the rebound by Vaughn is no good. His putback is missed. But again, the Pilots get the rebound. They work it between the circles. That's Ward, Terrell Ward. He leaves it for Malachi Brown. He gets the whistle and a foul. No, actually, they say Malachi Brown has the charge.
Yeah, he ran over Fidel Campbell right on the baseline underneath the basket. And that's one of the few charges we've seen Carterville take this year, but Carterville down by 8 with 1:01 to go in the first.
Fidel Campbell, the 6'1" senior forward for Coach Shane Hawkins, has seen a little bit of varsity action. Hope he sees a lot. I like Fidel. He's a good kid. Carterville's basketball. Tyler Biddle between the circles. Right-hand dribble takes it to the right wing. Now to Garby. Back to Biddle toward the right side, and that's Fidel Campbell over on the right wing. He gets it at the free throw line to Luke Stritzel, puts the shot up. Nice look, but the rebound is controlled by the Pilots. There goes James Vaughn. Quickly, they get it to Malachi Brown. He runs into a man, another charge. That's 2 possessions in a row. Malachi Brown has picked up a charge, and that is going to be his 3rd foul.
Carterville's got to take advantage of these extra opportunities. We said in the pregame, Carroll will give you extra opportunities because they play out of control at times.
And as we've said all season long, Carterville does not really take bad shots, and they get good looks. They just don't fall. And as Carterville, they control. Justin Johnson over to Tyler Biddle. Biddle, left-hand dribble between the circles, near side to Luke Stritzel. Stritzel, he's guarded by Vaughn, gets it to Johnson, fires from about 12, good for Justin Johnson. At the whistle, and that is the end of the first quarter. It is 17-11. Carterville's crawled back to within 6. You're listening to Lions basketball here on NewsRadio WJPF. 60 here, 60. Also, did you see the McDonald's ads are back? Welcome back to West Frankfort, the Midwinter Classic at the end of one. It's Cairo Pilots 17, Carterville Lions 11.
Carterville 44% from the field, 46% for Cairo, but Cairo had 8 offensive rebounds.
And when you look at scoring, Cairo led by Demarius Taylor, of course. He's got 9. And Carterville led by Justin Johnson, who just hits another three-pointer from the right wing. He's got 10 of the 14. Carterville's climbed to within 3.
Carterville's got 5 field goals in this game. That's what they had the entire game against Marion.
Pilots basketball. Moving left to right here this afternoon, and a turnover. Oh, we got a whistle and a foul on the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Fidel Campbell didn't move his feet to the baseline to cut Taylor off. Instead, he got his big arm out there and swatted Taylor's arm, and that's going to be a foul on Fidel.
That's the first foul on Fidel. So that is going to put Demarius Taylor at the line, shooting the 1-and-1 for the Pilots. Free throw rims out, goes out of bounds, and they're saying it belongs to the Cairo Pilots because the official on the baseline didn't see, so he had to defer to somebody outside, and, well, they say it belongs to the Pilots.
Well, Alton Hervey, the big guy in the middle now for Cairo, went between 2 Carterville players to get that offensive rebound on a missed free throw.
Alton Harvey, 6'2", freshman. As he's picked up defensively by Austin Garby. Pilots work it to the right side. That's where you have James Vaughn. And they turn it over. That's the 4th turnover. That's what I've got, 4 each. Carterville basketball. Tyler Biddle out top. Gets it to Austin Garby, who wants to get it to the cutting Luke Stritzel, but he drug his feet, so that's going to be the 5th turnover on the Carterville Lions.
There's been a couple of times in this first half where Carroll's turned the ball over, giving Carterville an opportunity to cut into that lead. And Carterville either has a missed shot or, more often than not, a turnover themselves.
So it's Cairo basketball. Wide open from 3 on the left side is good. And that was buried by Darren Halliburton for the Pilots. His first bucket of the game. Carterville's ball. Tyler Biddle fires from 3 off the top of the backboard, but somehow Fidel Campbell fights for the rebound and gets it. Justin Johnson brings it near side to Austin Garby. Austin Garby takes it right side. Now back to Johnson. Nice give and go by Johnson to Garby. And Carterville suddenly has come alive, and they are down 4 in this ball game.
Well, they're moving the ball quickly around the perimeter and waiting for the guy to cut in the paint for an easy shot.
Cairo Pilots with the basketball. They work it around the perimeter over to the right side. That is Demarius Taylor between the legs, back and forth. Now to the left corner, drives the baseline. Was a step, but Demarius Taylor wide open for 3. Rims out, and it is Johnson with the rebound for the Lions. Tyler Biddle gets it to Stritzel. Stritzel on the left wing. Now to Fidel Campbell between the circles to Johnson, and they work it right side to Tyler Biddle. His left-hand dribble brings it between the circles. He takes it down on the low block. Turnaround jumper gets wedged between the rim and the backboard. It's going to belong to the Cairo Pilots.
Carterville's hanging right in there with a team that is not playing their best half of basketball. Again, Carroll played 2 nights ago. Probably thinking that they can just cakewalk through Carterville, but Carterville's giving them a game right now.
We've got a timeout that is called here. It is a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break as well. Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Back here at West Frankfort, Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, where Cairo just took a timeout, and they have the basketball. Coach Larry Wood and the Pilots nursing a 4-point lead, under 5 to go now here till halftime. Carterville was down by, I believe, as many as 14 in that first quarter, but have fought their way to within 4. They tried the lob, but the pass is no good, and it's blocked from behind by Fidel Campbell. And they're going to say he actually fouled Halliburton on the shot. Didn't look like it.
No, 99% of the time when a player comes from behind to block a shot, whether he gets flesh or not, they're going to call it.
They're going to get it. Halliburton is at the line. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the city of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire city of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters, Carterville Lions sports. Halliburton makes the first. Checking in for the Pilots will be Isaiah Brown, the 5'9" forward, freshman guard, rather. He replaces James Vaughn, who's going to get a breather. Second free throw from Halliburton is on the way, and it's good. He's got 5 here in the game in short amount of time. Justin Johnson brings the ball across midcourt. Left-hand dribble. Now to the right, switches to the right side. That's Dylan Valerius, has it on the right wing. He leaves it for Austin Garby. He gets a little opening, but he kicks it out to Valerius. Valerius puts up a shot, in, out, no good. Gets his rebound, puts a shot up, fouled, going to the line. Shooting 2.
Yeah, Valerius stayed with it. I think he realized when he let go of the first shot, it was going to be a little short. He did a good job of going and getting his own rebound.
Demarius Taylor is charged with his second foul of the game as Valerius misses the free throw. Grant Garby checks back in. He relieves Fidel Campbell, who gets hand claps from Carterville players on the bench. In now for the Pilots will be Rico Nelson, the 6'2" sophomore forward. Valerius is at the line shooting his second free throw. It's good. He's got 3. Carterville is down 5.
Carroll's top scorer, Taylor's on the bench with 4:20 to go in the second. Let's see if Carterville can take advantage of that.
Carterville picks up full court pressure on the Pilots, but they break it into the front court as it is Halliburton who gives it over to Brown. Brown, top of the key between the circles, guarded by Valerius. They work it right side to Jones. Jones, left-right dribble to the right baseline. Bring it back around top. Jones has it. Now he just eases to the left and leaves it for Rico Nelson. Back to Jones. Terrell Jones, the 5'8" guard. They get it down, drives the baseline. We've got a whistle and a foul. And at the line is going to be Isaiah Brown.
That's at least the 3rd time in this first half that a Cairo Pilot has been in that deep left corner, did a little head fake, and beat the Carterville Lions to the baseline. You got to cut off that baseline and take the charge, which Fidel Campbell did earlier in this game.
Grant Garby is charged with the foul as Isaiah Brown misses the first free throw. 3:45 left here in the first half. We've got our Wild Hog halftime show coming up. Don't forget on our postgame, we'll name our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal star of the game as the free throw was missed.
Yeah, they did draw iron, so that's a dead ball, so the
Lions
will get the ball back, trailing by 5 with 3:44 to go.
Carterville if you didn't hear at the beginning of the game, apparently forgot their road uniforms, so they're having to wear their long-sleeve warm-up jerseys. That's a nice pass down to Garby. He had a wide-open shot, but he has to went a little bit too far. So Carterville has to work the perimeter once again. Johnson needs some help, and he gets it from Valerius. He drives, puts the shot up, no good, battles for the board, but Garby gets the rebound, misses the putback, and the Pilots get the rebound. On the run, there goes Isaiah Brown. He backs it up, slows it down, and gets it to Terrell Jones. They work it over to the left side. Back to Jones between the circles. Carterville in a zone, kind of a matchup man out top, though. But they work it back, top of the key, to the right side now. That's Isaiah Brown to the right pocket. In the corner, skip pass across to the left side. Now back to the right wing to Brown. And with the basketball, it is Rico Nelson, and Carterville jumps on it. Nice hustle play there by Luke Stritzel, who gets the tie-up, and Carterville gets the ball on the possession.
Yeah, Carterville's got to take advantage of Mr. Taylor on the bench. They have not been able to cut into this lead, but, boy, a 3 right now would look really good.
Yes, it would, as Carterville is down 5. 2:40 left here in the second quarter. Austin Garby has it. Gets it to his brother Grant. Now right side to Justin Johnson. We got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be on the Lions.
Now illegal screen. 6 turnovers now for Carterville. Of course, turnovers are never good at any point in the game, but talk about inopportune times. Carroll has not played that well here late in the second quarter, and Carterville has not taken advantage of it.
Well, last night, Demarius Taylor had 20 points at the half. He has 9. So Carterville's doing a nice job, but of course, he's been on the bench here for a big part of the second quarters. The 3 ball from the left wing is no good. Garby, that would be Grant Garby, pulls down the rebound. Carterville gets it to Biddle, to Garby, now to Johnson. He kind of pushes off, but gets it ball down low, and we got another whistle and a foul, as they say. The Grant hooked the man, he was defending him. That's a foul on Grant Garby, his second. And I would imagine we'd be shooting free throws, wouldn't we?
That is the 7th turnover and the 2nd consecutive turnover for the Lions.
That's the 10th foul. Wouldn't that be the double bonus?
Let's see. Is that the 10th foul? Well, I guess it was a offensive foul in the front court, so I guess that's why they're not shooting free throws.
Apparently. 1:55. Cairo with the lead. 3 ball from the right pocket is good by Cairo's Rico Nelson. Buries it. His first bucket of the game. Carterville has it. Luke Stritzel
stepped out of
bounds. That's a turnover. That's 7 turnovers on the Carterville Lions here in this ball game.
I got them for 8, but we'll call it 7.5. Either way, it's not good.
Last night they had 11 at the half. 1:35 on the second quarter clock. Carterville is down 8. As it is Terrell Jones. Now between the circles to Nelson. It to the right baseline. Turnover by the Pilots. Carterville gets the ball. Nice job by Johnson getting it to Stritzel. Gets it to Garby. His shot is blocked. Johnson gathers it up. Shoots off the back of the iron too strong. And there go the Pilots the other way. And it goes out of bounds. And they say it was off of Malachi Brown, who is playing with 3 fouls with 1:07 remaining in the half.
Carroll has not played the same since Taylor left the floor, and Carterville has not taken advantage of it.
25-17, under a minute to go here till half, as we have a 5-second call on Austin Garby. You have to get rid of that ball.
Not only that, but don't pick up your dribble that far out, but if you do, the other player's got to come and get the ball from you. It's just like a wide receiver in football.
Yeah.
You've got to go get the pass.
Yep. Cairo works it around to the left pocket, and he stepped out of bounds as he took a step back and stepped on the sideline. A turnover on the Pilots. That's their 8th turnover. Both teams have 8 turnovers here in the first half. We have 41.7 seconds remaining till halftime. And your Wild Hog halftime show. Wide open, Tyler Biddle brings it down the left side, leaves it for Johnson. Johnson, right-hand dribble between the legs, between the circles. Now to Tyler Biddle, left side, to Garby, to Justin Johnson. JJ out left. Carterville, I can tell, kind of holding, but the pass is tipped away by Terrell Jones. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Yeah, Jones anticipated that pass from the top of the key to the wing and knocked it out of bounds. So Carterville still got 16 seconds to try to cut into this 8-point lead.
Dylan Moore goes out and gets Austin Garby, who heads to the bench. And he gets a well-deserved beverage on the sideline. Shane Hawkins is yelling, wanting to get a replacement in. Dylan Valerius will check in and replace number 22, Tyler Biddle. Offensive changes for the Lions. Justin Johnson will trigger the inbounds here on the near side to Valerius. 15 seconds, 14-13. Carterville basketball. Down 8, Valerius to Johnson, who's going to fire from 3 off the arc, no good. Rebound comes off to the Pilots. It's Jones. He loses the handle on it. Valerius gets on the floor as the whistle sounds, and that's a horn. That's not a whistle, but it's halftime. I know that. It is 25-17 at the half. Your Wild Hog halftime show is up next here on News Radio WJPF. Okay. Should be the other way around.
You're right about that.
Do. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. How many of you are watching? How about I take a look? Do. 41. Hey, good evening, everybody. Hope you're enjoying the ball game. Back at West Frankfurt's at Max Morris Gymnasium. I'm with Scott Hudson this evening, where we're at the half, and the Cairo Pilots lead your Carterville Lions 25-17 here at the Midwinter Classic. And I tell you what, it's a close ball game. Carterville within 8 points here at the half. They had an opportunity to be even closer because, truthfully, this game is extremely close.
Well, Taylor went out of the game for Cairo with about 4:20 to go in the second half, and I thought, okay, this is where Carterville can take advantage of it. Even if Carterville makes a little bit of a run, they probably bring Taylor back in, but Carterville didn't make a run. Carterville missed their last 7 shots from the field in that second quarter. They only hit 2. Carterville 31% at half from the field, 45% for Cairo. Cairo only attempted 5 shots in that second half because they had so many turnovers. Cairo out-rebounded the Lions 16-8. They were led in rebounding by Malachi Brown, who had 5. 4 of those were offensive rebounds, and Cairo had 10 offensive rebounds in that first half. Grant Garby led the Lions with 3 rebounds. Unofficially, Carterville 9 turnovers, Carroll 11. Carterville's still in the game, but they've got to start taking advantage of some of these Carroll turnovers.
When you look at the scoring by the Cairo Pilots, of course, it's Demarius Taylor that leads the Pilots in scoring, but he's only got 9 a night ago. He had 20 at the half. Fairleigh Ward has 2. You also have Darren Halliburton. Is that right? Darren Halliburton, yes. Couldn't read my own writing there for a second. He is on the board with 5. Malachi Brown has 4. And Rico Nelson had a big three-pointer there just before the half. 25 first half points by the Cairo Pilots. Carterville is led, on the other hand, by the 6'3" senior guard, Justin Johnson, as he had 10 first half points. Dylan Valerius had 3. And then you had Austin Garby that has 4 for Carterville. Carterville scoring 17 points in the contest. It is 25-17. We're at the half. It's the Wild Hog halftime show brought to you by Wild Hog, your Carterville Lions post-game headquarters where you can stop by, enjoy yourself a beverage or a special every single day at the Wild Hog. And if you wear your Carterville Lions gear in there and show them the logo, they'll take 10% off of your bill. Stop by, take the Wolf Creek overpass, and turn west on Commercial Drive. You'll run right into it. Stop by, say hello to Bob and the gang. It's the Wild Hog, your halftime sponsor here on News Radio WJPF. What was that again?
The freaking road has 3 names. It's in Carterville, it's Municipal. If it's in Greenville, it's Poteet. And if it's in Erin, it's Carver or something. But it's Municipal to get to the Wild Hog. And try to get me a 90 before the third quarter.
(25-17). We're at the half, and the Cairo Pilots lead your Carterville Lions. Scott, what's Carterville got to do?
Well, they've got to shoot the ball better than they did in that second quarter. Carterville only shot 20% from the field in that second quarter after a pretty good first quarter shooting. And they've, again, I know we sound like a broken record, but the fact is Carroll has given Carterville opportunities to get closer than this 8-point lead. Quite frankly, when Taylor went out of the game, Carterville, I think, was only down by 4 or 5 at the time, and Carterville just started turning the ball over, missed some easy shots. And so Carterville could actually be, tied or dare I say even ahead in this game, but they didn't take advantage of the opportunities. You hope that Mr. Taylor doesn't start finding his range from the outside. He's been cold in this first half, but Carterville's got to keep Carroll off the boards. You cannot keep giving them extra opportunities, which Carterville allowed 10 offensive rebounds to Carroll in that first half.
When you look at the turnovers, they pretty even. I mean, it really has been an evenly matched game.
It is.
Carterville's had their opportunities. They haven't taken advantage of it. And like you said, I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's not that Carterville takes necessarily bad shots. They just all season have not been able to get them to fall, and it shows again here tonight as they find themselves down at the half, 25-17. Wild Hog halftime show. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for second half action. It is 25-17. Cairo with the lead over your Lions on News Radio WJPF. Back at Max Morris Gymnasium, it's Dave McKenzie. I'm telling you, Scott Hudson, I was not responsible for the uniforms for the Carterville Lions.
Well,
that was not me.
I hope you have an alibi, because word has been spreading through this gym tonight that you did not get the laundry done in time. Now Carterville has their road uniforms here. Maybe that'll confuse Cairo Pilots. They're like, wait a minute, who are these guys?
Well, I guess the question I would ask is, who had to make the mad dash back to Carterville to get the uniforms?
That's a question you can ask Coach Hawkins.
That will be number one.
Yep.
That will be our first question. Who had to go get the uniforms in Carterville? So they'll be in their road blue jerseys and uniforms here as we're getting ready to start play in the second quarter. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center, offering the convenience of mobile banking. Stay connected and on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. Learn more. Visit tboc.com. Member FDIC. Equal housing lenders. We are getting ready to start play here in the third quarter. Carterville has an opportunity to knock off these Cairo Pilots, but they're going to have to get it right from the get-go. I guarantee you that Mr. Demarius Taylor will be in the starting lineup for the second half, and Carterville did a nice job forcing him to the bench in the second quarter. He only has 9 points so far, but that's a guy that can explode quickly, and Carterville is going to bring out their starting lineup: Henderson, Johnson, Grant Garby, Dylan Moore, and Dylan Valerius. And Pilots are going to go with their original starting five: Ward, Vaughn, Jones, Taylor, and Malachi Brown. It'll be the Pilots with the basketball as we begin play here in the third quarter. They're moving from right to left in the home white uniforms this evening. As they get it out to the right side, and it comes near side to Ward. Ward drives down the right side, little zigzag, leaves it for James Vaughn, who hits from about 8 feet. That's good, and Pilots have a 10-point lead.
I could have sworn he walked, but they didn't. He
zigged and zagged.
Yes.
Justin Johnson with a nice little floater from about 6 feet. He gets it to fall. He's on the board. He wound up with 10 in the first half. He's got 12 now. Carterville down 8. Pilots with the basketball. Little shake and bake out top, and we have a travel that is called on Fairleigh Ward, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Carroll's going to give Carterville opportunities. You got to take advantage of them.
Their first turnover of the second half. Dylan Valerius works it left side, gets it to Johnson at the top of the key, now to Dylan Moore. Moore takes it to the elbow, puts up the shot, gets the whistle on the foul, and is going to go to the line, and that foul is going to be on Mr. Ward. That'll be the second And Dylan Moore will be at the line shooting 2 free throws.
Now Moore went in the paint, initiated the contact. Now you've got to hit a couple of free throws.
First one is on the way. Off the back of the iron. No good. You have to take advantage of those, though. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Preferred Realty. They're happy to support the Carterville Lions, and there's a reason we are preferred. You can find out why. Visit their location, West Plaza Drive in Carterville, as Dylan Moore hits the second free throw. That's his first bucket point of the game. Carterville Pilots have the basketball, and they turn it over in the front court. Johnson comes up with it for the Lions. His pass tipped, but Dylan Valerius gathers it up. That's 2 turnovers on the Pilots here in the first minute and a half. Justin Johnson at the top of the key, over to Connor Henderson, who wide open for 3 off the iron, no good. Pilots quickly coming the other way as it's Taylor. He takes and gets into Justin Johnson, and we have a pushing foul, or a blocking foul rather, on Justin Johnson.
Boy, Carterville came within an eyelash of cutting that 7-point lead to 4. Henderson, great look in the left corner, just couldn't get it to go.
Pilots basketball. Wide open from the top of the key. Man, that was a nice shot from Carly Ward.
That's a 6-point swing.
That's 5 for him, and it's a 10-point game for the Pilots. Dylan Valerius takes it down the left baseline, puts his shot up, gets the bucket and the foul. Nice job by Dylan Valerius, and he's going to go to the line and shoot the and one. It can pull the Lions to within 7.
Now somehow he got under the defender by the glass and drew the foul. Now you've got to complete that 3-point play by hitting this free throw.
Austin Garby checks in, replacing Connor Henderson, and goes to the bench. Free throw is good by Dylan Valerius, the senior guard for the Lions. Carterville's keeping the pressure on the Pilots. They break it left side, and that is Demarius Thomas. He takes it right down, misses the layup, and Valerius gets the rebound. I'll give you one thing about Dylan Valerius is he gets by the defender quickly into the front court. Dylan Moore drives the left baseline. Shot, ball just a little short. Battles for the board. Valerius gets it, comes off to Garby. He gathers it up, and Carterville's going to have to reset. They get it over top of the key to Dylan Valerius. Now right side, Justin Johnson on the right wing. Left-right dribble between the legs. Top of the key to Austin Garby. Garby drives to the free throw line, leaves it for Dylan Moore. Moore to Johnson. Johnson drives the baseline, backs it up with a right-hand dribble. He's going to bring it back out top. Dylan Moore is going to fire from 3. Short, no good. Valerius, another rebound. He is a rebounding machine in this game for the Lions.
Yeah, he's got 4 on the game, 3 in this half.
He would be a contender for our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. Justin Johnson on the left wing. Carterville down 7, under 5 to go here in the third quarter. It's 30-23 at the Midwinter Classic. Nice possession by the Lions. They've done a nice job here. Crashing the boards, doing well. Grant Garby out top, right-hand dribble to Johnson, who fires from 3 just inside the 3-point line, or fires from just inside the 3-point line, misses. Here come the Pilots as it is Malachi Brown gets the flush with emphasis. Back to a 9-point lead. Dylan Moore has it. He turns it over. The ball's kicked around. Carterville comes up with it. Dylan Valerius at the free throw lane tries to get it to Austin Garby, turns it over. First turnover on the Carterville Lions in the half.
Yeah, it's just, Carterville had a great possession, and they couldn't make any shots. That's why they were getting so many offensive rebounds. Cairo, man, it's one and done. They come down and they can hit that shot real quick.
4:03 remaining in the third. Wide open from 3, Demarius Taylor. His shot is short. Dylan Valerius, another rebound, his 6th rebound, but he turns it over on the pass to Justin Johnson. Taylor takes it to the rack and gets the foul on Dylan Valerius. That's going to be the 3rd on DV, and it's going to put Demarius Taylor at the line, shooting 2.
You go back to the Marion game last night, Carterville was close at half, and in the third quarter was just
blown out.
Carterville's only hit 2 shots in this third quarter. Carroll's hit 3, and one of those a 3.
Taylor has 10, once again, let's remind you, last night he had 43
Yeah.
in that contest against the Heron Tigers. Second from Taylor is on the way. Off the iron, no good. Garby pulls down the rebound. 10-point game, 33-23, 3:47 in the third. Carterville moving left to right in the the road blue jerseys, and they just flat throw it away. Connor Henderson was aiming it toward Dylan Moore on the left side, but it winds up in Coach Dennis' dress lap, and it's a turnover on the Lions.
That's 3 in this third quarter for the Lions.
Pilots with the basketball. Ward now toward the left wing. That's Ward with the basketball now, and they work it over toward the right side. Terrell Jones gets it to Taylor. Taylor to the cutting Ward. He loses the handle. It's a turnover on the Pilots. Carterville quickly the other way across the timeline. Justin Johnson drives, and we get a pushing foul. That is going to be on James Vaughn. That's going to be the first foul on Vaughn in the game.
Carterville can't let this lead get any bigger than 10. Carterville's got to start chipping away. Still a lot of time left in the game. Still 3:13 to go in the third, but Carterville's got to start cutting into this lead.
Carterville gets it to Connor Henderson. Nice look on the inbounds pass as he kind of snuck in the backside. Connor Henderson is on the board, and it's back to a 10-point game. Pilots with the basketball as it's Jones between the circles, right side to Ward. Ward with the right-hand dribble, picked up defensively by Valerius. Passes it, and the ball goes out of bounds between the legs of Demarius Taylor. Turnover number 4 on the Pilots. Carterville with the basketball.
Carroll just does not know how to slow the game down and run time off the clock.
One speed. They got one speed.
That's it.
Oh, well, 2.
Fast and faster.
Go and stop. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's all fast. Valerius weaves his way around the top, leaves it for Dylan Moore, who steps into a three-pointer. Off the iron, no good. Battle for the board comes off to the Pilots. Quickly, here comes Halliburton. He leaves it for Ward with the right-hand dribble. Now to Jones. And that is Taylor. Floats and just lifts it up over everybody and gets it to fall. He's got 12. He's starting to heat up with the action. Not seeing it points-wise. He's got 12 in the game.
Well, he's not going to stop shooting, even though he's not hitting very many.
Well, their offense definitely goes through Demarius Taylor. Carterville misses the bunny underneath by Henderson. Moore gets the rebound and gets it over to the right side. That is Austin Garby. Moore to Dylan Valerius. Now toward the left side. Austin Garby, number 21, hands off to Valerius. He backs it up between the circles to Moore. To Connor Henderson. Nice pass to the cutting Austin Garby from Connor Henderson. Man, that is about the third give and go that we've seen by the Lions tonight.
Yeah, Carroll gets a little lazy on defense at times.
Demarius Taylor charges into Connor Henderson, who has come alive in this game. And Demarius Taylor has just picked up another foul in this contest.
And he's hurt.
And, he got hit in the midsection and is going to go over to the sideline. That's his third foul in the game as he crumples to the floor next to the scorer's table.
He might be there for a while. So, again, another opportunity for Carterville to take advantage when Carroll's best player is on the bench.
Down to 8 points, 35-27 to Connor Henderson. Out top, way out top. Connor's really come alive here in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes for the Lions. An assist machine, as it were. And he takes the charge as well. Justin Johnson to Dylan Valerius. Valerius to the right side to Connor Henderson. Number 3 once again finds the cutting Luke Stritzel, and he's fouled. Oh, they're going to say it was out of bounds. Must have got all ball. That has been there all night, and they're starting to see that now.
Yeah, they're just basically wearing Carroll out, making Carroll play defense from the inside to the outside.
Justin Johnson takes the inbound pass on the right side to Valerius. Steps in to shot from just inside the arc. Misses it. Got a whistle and a foul on the Carterville Lions.
Carterville just cannot get that 3 to fall when they need it. They've gotten to within, I think, 6 points at one time in this third quarter. They cannot get the big 3 when they need it the most.
Justin Johnson picked up his third foul for the Lions. Pilots with the basketball. As it is Vaughn, now between the circles to Ward. Ward, left-right dribble between the legs. They work it left side, and it's a stutter step taken by Halliburton. That's a turnover. You can't do that. That's 5 turnovers on the Pilots here in the second half, and 13 for the game. Carterville basketball. Justin Johnson to Dylan Valerius. He's picked up defensively by Terrell Jones. Over to Connor Henderson on the left wing. We got a whistle on the backside. Official and a foul. That is going to be on the Carterville Lions. It's going to be on Austin Garby. That's his second. Didn't see exactly what happened.
Illegal
Must have been a screen. Yeah.
Again, Carroll turns the ball over. You got a great opportunity to cut into an 8-point lead, and then you set an illegal screen and turn the ball right back over to Carroll.
There's a number 44 that checked.
Yeah, we don't have him on our list, do we?
No, we don't.
Well, we'll just call
we
him
love it when
44.
that happens.
Yeah.
Because then we just say that
Makes
guy.
us sound like idiots.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy is his name. Number 44 for the Cairo Pilots. That guy. Unique name. Like an actor. That guy.
That guy.
Under 20
Family
to go.
guy. Look at him, family guy.
Family guy. No, we won't do that. 15 seconds left here in the third. Carterville down 8, but the Pilots have the basketball. Okay, now push it back to a 10 or 11-point lead here. They're going to hold for the last shot. 7, 6, 5. Now they're going to go as the out top. It's going to be Ward. Ward step back jumper. Good for 3 from about 24 feet or so. That's a big shot from Farley Ward. And he has 8. It's 38-27, the 11-point lead for the Cairo Pilots. We're heading to the fourth. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.
By the way, I've done research now on the road name thing. Yes, from the Carterville side, it's Commerce. But right at the Wild Hog is where it changes into municipal and continues through the Wood Creek intersection, and then here at Country Yard Drive, it turns into 14. Why they couldn't just get a few guys on the phone to come up with one name for the street and road is just beyond me. All right, anyway, do with that information as you will.
Welcome back to West Frankfort, where we're heading to the fourth quarter, and Carterville finds itself down 11 points after 3, 38-27. Carterville with the basketball. That is Grant Garby to Justin Johnson. Johnson, right side to Luke Stritzel. Stritzel just checked in here in the beginning of the fourth quarter. Dylan Valerius, DV with the basketball, left-hand dribble. Floats to the right, now back to the left wing, where he leaves it for Justin Johnson. Johnson to Henderson, now right side, that is Luke Stritzel. Stritzel head fake to the right pocket, gets it in to Johnson. He fakes, puts up the shot from about 8. That's good for Justin Johnson. He has 14 in the game. Carterville back to within 9. And nice pressure by the Lions as we got a timeout that is called by
Carroll.
Coach Larry Wood. We'll take another break as well. It's a 30-second break here on News Radio WJPF. (38-29) here in the fourth quarter. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson, the Midwinter Classic, as it was 38-27 at the end of the third quarter.
Got to call Carroll Taylor for carrying the basketball. That's not a call you see very often, and quite honestly, that's something you could call on almost every possession.
Every possession, yeah, exactly. It happens a lot.
Oh, Johnson falls down and falls out of bounds, and when you've only won 3 games, that's the type of things that happen to you. I mean, that's beyond bad luck.
It happens. So it's Cairo basketball. Turnover on the Lions. That's 4th. Basketball belongs to Cairo. Wide open 3 from Rico Nelson. He's got 2 buckets in the game, and they're both 3-pointers. He's got 6. It's 41-29.
The biggest difference in this game, turnovers are almost even. Cairo has better 3-point shooters than Carterville does.
As the ball's on the floor, here come the Pilots on the run. Taylor, he takes it, floats down the lane, gets the little layup. He's got 14, 43-29.
Cairo shot 71% in the third quarter.
You can tell that Coach Larry Wood said, let's pick up the pace and move the ball, and that's exactly what they've done. They've done it on the defensive end, and they get out on that break, 43-29. Carterville finds itself down here in the fourth quarter. Justin Johnson to Connor Henderson to Dylan Valerius. Valerius to Henderson, back to Johnson on the right wing. Looks to get it inside. Nobody moves. Nice backdoor pass to Luke Stritzel. He puts his shot up. No good. And the rebound comes off to Rico Nelson. And the Pilots. Here comes Ward. He tries to get it to that guy, number 44. And it's kicked out of bounds off the Lions. It's going to belong to the Cairo Pilots.
That guy's got a little size to him.
That guy does, number 44. We do not have a name. That's why we say that guy. Number 44, and he's going to trigger the inbounds for the Pilots. Gets it to Taylor. Taylor on the baseline, tosses it away to Justin Johnson. JJ takes it the other way, puts up the layup, misses. Dylan Valerius pulls down the rebound. Gets it back to Johnson, who steps into a 3. Good, Justin Johnson. Timeout taken by Coach Shane Hawkins here in the fourth quarter. Carterville back to within 11 at the 5:24 mark here on News Radio WJPF. Thirty-second.
NewsRadio WJPF.
Midwinter Classic in West Frankfort. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. 5:24 remaining in the ball game. And an 11-point lead for the Cairo Pilots. They're up 43-32.
Carterville's going to need a few more of those threes to make this thing interesting.
Pilots with the basketball. Carterville picks up full pressure, full court pressure, and they get the turnover, but they're going to say it was off the Lions as Grant Garby comes flashing in, gets a hand on it, and knocks it out of bounds. Pilots basketball. Farley Ward into the paint to that guy with the floater, number 44. I'm going to have to put him on my book here as he gets his first bucket. I didn't catch the name on that.
No, I tried to, but I didn't catch it either.
Justin Johnson drives the left baseline. He's able to bank that one home. He's got 19 in the game for the Lions. 45-34. Boy, this pace has really picked up. The intensity level has really stepped up a level. As the Pilots break the timeline, near side to Taylor. He drives the left baseline, right-hand layup, no good, but the tip back is good by Malachi Brown, and that's about 4 of those tip backs that he's had. As Carterville has it, they get it to Garby. Garby to Justin Johnson, who fires from just inside the three-point line, off the front of the iron, out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. Derice Morris is number 44. Derice Morris.
Cairo has taken 12 shots in the second half. They've made 9.
Carterville's ball. They get it into Garby. Down low. Puts the shot up. Gets it to go. As Austin Garby scores. He's got 8 in the game. It goes out of bounds.
Carterville's hustling right now, and Coach Hawkins standing up and applauding his team as they haven't given up yet. They're down by 11 with only 4:10 to go, but Cairo is known to turn the ball over at times.
They get it to Taylor. He takes it to the free throw line. Spin moves, spins right into Connor Henderson, and he walked with the ball. And a turnover on the Cairo Pilots. I've got them for 8.5.
Well, I've got them for 9.
I missed one.
Either way, they've actually turned the ball over more than Carterville has tonight.
Yes, they have. They have 17 for the game. Carterville's basketball, they find themselves down 11 with 4 minutes remaining here in the game. Dylan Valerius to Dylan Moore. Dylan, he loses the handle. That's 5 turnovers on the Lions. Gets it to Taylor. He gets fouled by number 24 for the boys in blue. That's Dylan Moore. And it is going to be Demarius Taylor at the line shooting free throws. He's got 14 in the game. He's going to go to the line. An opportunity to add to that.
This game tonight reminds me, for Carterville anyway, that commercial with a guy standing there with the fishing pole with a $1 bill on the end of it. Ooh, you almost had it. Almost had it. Carterville several times in this game has almost had it, meaning they've almost gotten back into this game. They just can't get over that hump.
Taylor makes the first free throw. 48-36, a 12-point lead. Second one is on the way from Demarius Taylor. It's good. 16 in the contest. Carterville basketball down 13. Valerius to Connor Henderson. Nice pass into the paint to Garby, but he can't handle it. Can't handle a second pass in a row. That's Grant. And here it's a turnover on the Lions. Here come the Pilots as they get it to Jones. Jones leaves it for Vaughn over to the right side. Wide open for 3. Ward buries it. That is 11 for Farley Ward. 52-36 now, 3:15 remaining in the game. Justin Johnson, he's got 19 in the contest, turns it over, and the other way it is Demarius Taylor with the layup. 18 now for him, 54-36. 3 minutes remaining, and we have a timeout that is taken by Coach Shane Hawkins. Bet this is a full timeout. He says, sit down, boys. We're going to have a conversation. We've got a timeout on the floor. It is 54-36 here on News Radio WJPF.
Just a sophomore. Sophomore.
54-36, the Pilots lead here as we're in the fourth quarter. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. As Carterville, they've had opportunities to get back to within the game, but they just can't get close enough. And then the Pilots, they pull away and are able to kind of extend that lead. Here, Carterville with the basketball. Dylan Valerius has it on the left side as he works it down toward the left baseline. Dylan Moore into Garby. He puts his shot up and good for the Carterville Lions. And that was Austin Garby with the bucket. He's got 10. Nice game from Austin Garby. Pilots, they get it into the front court, near side. Demarius Taylor, he slides across the lane. Little right-hand layup, no good. Rebounded there by Malachi Brown, and he gets fouled. And will go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Malachi Brown has 6 offensive rebounds. In this second half, Cairo is 11 of 15 from the field. To say they've heated up, that's an understatement.
To go with his 8 points on the board and an opportunity to add to that. The foul was on Connor Henderson, his second, and Malachi Brown rims out the first free throw. 54-38. 16-point lead for the Pilots. Brown's second free throw was on the way. No good. And it is Austin Garvey that gets the rebound. Don't forget to tune in. We've got our Wild Hog postgame show coming up. Justin Johnson from the top of the key for 3, no good. Ball goes out of bounds as Terrell Jones stepped on the line. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions. We've got our Wild Hog postgame show and our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game yet to come. And our postgame show is Connor Hawkins is going to check in for Austin Garvey. Connor is a 3-point specialist for, excuse me, Coach Shane Hawkins, who's just like his dad. That's what his specialty was. Connor Henderson misses the 12-footer, no good, out of bounds. And the officials decide that it belongs to the Carterville Lions.
Carterville will get tomorrow night off, come back here and play at 10 o'clock Saturday morning against Heron. And then Carterville will either play at 3:30 or 5 on Saturday, depending on the outcome of that 10 o'clock game with Heron.
With the loss, it would be the 3:30 game. What they win, then it would be the 5 o'clock game. Under 2 to go, 1:59 to be exact, 54-38. Carterville basketball, they floated out to Justin Johnson on the inbounds. He leaves it for Dylan Moore, who fires from 3, no good. And Dylan Valerius is going to be charged going over the back as he tried to gather in that rebound. He's been a rebounding machine, but he gets called with the foul there. And DV has 4 fouls in the contest.
Well, Carterville was still in this game at halftime, but as has been the case many times this year, the third quarter has done the Carterville Lions in. Carroll came out and shot 71% from the field in that third quarter to expand on that, to extend that lead, and Carterville never had an answer.
Therese Norris at the line shooting the free throws. He's that guy, number 44. He misses the free throw, the 6'4 sophomore. 6'4 sophomore, as Brian Arpal said. Over to the left side, that is Connor Hawkins. Buries the 3, and he gets fouled. That's why he's brought into the game.
Let him shoot. Let him shoot. You're open. I don't care if you're a freshman, sophomore, 8th grader. If you're eligible, shoot it.
Boom, chakalaka. I think that's what they say on that. As the foul is on number 15, Williams. Did he make that?
He made it.
Attaboy, Connor Hawkins. 4 points in the game for 20 seconds. He's got 4. Carterville's back to within 12 points of the game. 1:40 remaining. As the Pilots are able to break the press, Carterville forces the turnover. That's 10 in the second half. Here go the Lions the other way. They get it to Dylan Moore, and he stepped on the sideline. Turnover on the Lions, and that is going to be turnover number 8 on Carterville. Every possession counts now. You got to have points every possession. Down 12. Carterville forces another turnover. Dylan Moore takes to the rack. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws. We'll take free throws because it stops the clock.
Yep, 1:24 to go. 2 free throws here, cuts the lead to 10. Stranger things have happened.
Got to make them, though.
I mean, this Carroll team scored 83 last night against Heron, so they're going to be well off that pace.
Dylan Moore, who has 1 point, is able to get the free throw to fall. He's got 2. Dylan Valerius checks out. Into the game, Tyler Biddle. So now it's going to be the offensive and defensive switches that go on. Also into the game for the Lions is Bryce Anderson, as the free throw was made by Dylan Moore. Full court pressure by the Lions, 1:21. They're down 10, 54-44. Pressure being applied. Comes near side. That is Isaiah Brown that fires from 3. Connor Henderson pulls down the rebound. And it is Bryce Anderson on the run. Over to the left side. Justin Johnston's open for 3 off the front of the iron. No good. Pulled up short. Rebound by Therese Norris. He takes a foul and is going to come to the line and shoot some free throws. Boy, that would have been huge if that falls.
There have been several shots Justin has taken in this game that have come up short. And I think you're seeing a little bit of the wear and tear on his body over the course of the season. Very rarely does he ever come out of the game. And I'm sure in this fast-paced game against Carroll, he's probably worn down a little bit.
Yep. We have a full timeout that is taken by Coach Larry Wood of the Cairo Pilots. We'll be back on News Radio WJPF. Max Morris Gymnasium on a Thursday night, and as Scott said earlier, Carterville has a Friday night off, but they'll be playing at 10 o'clock when we take on the Heron Tigers here at Max Morris Gymnasium. I think you and I are going to leave Sports Voice a little early, make the drive up. I was thinking we ought to do it live from the car, kind of like the carpool karaoke with James.
Yeah.
What's his
Sure.
face?
Hey, I'm up for anything.
Sing? Will you sing on the radio?
Boy, well, I think the
to
whole
talk to Murph
point
about
of that is to get people to listen to us. If I sing, that's going to drive people away.
I don't know.
I don't
Play
know.
the piano pretty good.
Well, I'll play the piano. You sing.
Doris Norris is at the line shooting free throws. First one is on the way. No good. We got a lane violation and a foul, actually, on the Cairo Pilots. I believe that may be on number 32, which is Alton Hervey. It is Alton Hervey. His first foul. Connor Henderson will be shooting free throws as both teams are in the bonus.
Well, this would cut the lead to 8.
Henderson is at the line. Officials are talking right there at the elbow, but they're going to step away now. Henderson's at the line, shooting free throws. Carterville down 10. And that's a lane violation.
Yeah.
Should have been, and there's no whistle as Henderson makes the free throw. His third point of the game. Second one is on the way. Off the iron, no good. Justin Johnson. That should belong to the Carterville Lions as it went off of that guy, Doris Norris. They're going to say it belongs to the Pilots.
Well, Carroll has not done a good job of maintaining their double-digit lead. And again, Carroll's a type of team, a lot of athletes, a lot of good players, but they do not know how to pull the ball out and run time off the clock.
Coach Larry Wood makes wholesale changes. He changes out all 5 players.
Yeah,
but he brings the starters back in now with a minute to go. As Carterville's pulled to within 9, a pass on the inbounds comes to Taylor, and we got a whistle and a foul on the Lions. That's what they have to do. They have to foul, and you have to say, Carroll's not a good free throw shooting team. They haven't been tonight.
No, I don't know what they did last night against Heron, against Marion the other night. They shot fairly well, but Carterville has no choice now but to foul, stop the clock, and hope that the Pilots don't hit their free throws.
Marius Taylor has 18. He had 43 and 9 to go against the Tigers. He's at the line. First one is on the way. Rims out, no good. Here you go. Carterville's chance to pull a little closer. They're down 9. Dylan Valerius leaves it for Connor Hawkins, no good. Rebound battle for Johnson, gets it back to Hawkins, left pocket for 3, good! Boom! How about that? As Connor Hawkins gets a high five from his pop right there as they call a timeout. 54-48 here on News Radio WJPF. $30. 54-48, Carterville is pulled to within 6 with 44 seconds left in this contest. How about them Carterville Lions and Connor Hawkins?
Well, he's instant offense. Quite frankly, I know he's a little frail. Doesn't have a lot of size. His dad says he didn't play good defense. Put him in there. He's the best shooter Carterville has.
And he has got a hot hand. He's got 2 threes here in the game right now, and Carterville is battling their way back as we got a whistle and a foul. Justin Johnson, that's going to be 5 on JJ. That kind of hurts there as he's a 3-point threat. But it's going to be Connor Hawkins. It checks back in for the Lions. It's going to be Mr. Ward at the line shooting free throws for the Pilots. Nice job by Justin Johnson in the game. He leaves. He's got 19 points for the boys in blue. Well done by the one I called JJ.
Yeah, not the one I'm sure Coach Hawkins wanted to commit that foul, but
he was on there.
You got to do it. I mean, you can't let them come into the front court and run more time off the clock. I don't know what the official's doing. He's
doing a dance.
Well, either that or he's the maestro in an orchestra. I don't know.
Well, what came out of it, Luke Stritzel checks in. Ward is going to be at the line shooting free throws. Connor Hawkins getting talked to by the coaches on the back side. Free throw from Ward is good. He's got 12. 55-48. 7-point lead. This is what you have to do. Make your free throws to ice the game. Second one is good. So a 8-point lead into the front court. Dylan Valerius gets fouled by Ward. Dylan to go to the line. Dylan Valerius and shoot some free throws.
Not smart defense by Carroll. You just let Carterville put a little pressure on them. Let them get in the front court. Make sure you're between them and the basket, but do not foul. That's the last thing you want to happen.
So Nick Laird checks in for the Lions. DV, Dylan Valerius at the line. First free throw is good. He's got 7 points in the game. Pretty proud of these boys for battling all night.
Now, they played hard in this fourth quarter. They could have given up, folded the tent, and, said, oh, woe is me, but they played hard.
Carterville gets the rebound. Wide open for a 3, in and out. That shot taken by Bryce Anderson. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to say it belongs to the Cairo Pilots with 32 seconds left in the game. Dylan Valerius checks out. Tyler Biddle checks in. It's going to be Pilots basketball right in front of the Lions bench. They're moving from right to left, and we have a whistle and a foul on Tyler Biddle on the inbounds pass. Nice move. You have to no time off the clock. So it's going to put Demarius Taylor at the line shooting free throws.
They're in the double bonus, so they will be shooting 2.
First foul on Tyler Biddle. Demarius Taylor, he's probably about 50% for the game from the line. First one is on the way, and it's good. 19, half of what he had a night ago. Hawkeye, Connor Hawkins checks in. Dylan Valerius checks in. Nicholas Laird checks out. So on the floor, it's Dylan Moore, Bryce Anderson, Valerius, Tyler Biddle, and Hawkeye, Connor Hawkins. Demarius Taylor, his second is good. 20 now for probably the tournament MVP. We'll see on Saturday night. Nice job getting wide open. Hawkins wide open for 3, no good. Nice look. Carterville battles for the board. It goes off of the Pilots. Nice job by Dylan Valerius throwing it off the legs of James Vaughn. And Carterville has the ball. Hawkeye's shot is quick too, man. He doesn't think anything about it. As soon as it hits his hands, it's away. Tyler Biddle from about 8 puts it up. Good. Timeout taken by the Lions. And it's going to be a full, let's see here. No, apparently It is a full timeout. We'll take a break as well. It's 58-51. Pilots with a 7-point lead here on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Max Morris Gymnasium on a Thursday night. Carterville down 7 with 18 ticks of the clock left here in the contest. Quickly, they get the ball out to Demarius Taylor, and we got a whistle and a foul as Tyler Biddle bumps him. Gets the foul, stops the clock with 16 seconds left. And Demarius Taylor will be at the line, shooting 2. Coming up, it's our Wild Hog post-game show. We invite you to stick around for that. We'll name our Joe's Lawn Care star of the game. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker, Preferred Realty. Happy to support the Carterville Lions. And there's a reason they are preferred. You can find out why. It's located on West Plaza Drive in Carterville. Taylor makes his first free throw, 21 in the game. Wholesale changes for the Lions. Coach Shane Hawkins making offensive and defensive substitutions. Hawkeye Hawkins back in as Taylor misses the free throw. Valerius gets the rebound. Across the timeline to Tyler Biddle, trying to get it to Hawkins. Out top, Bryce Anderson fires from 3. Good! Bryce Anderson, the freshman, with his first bucket of the game, and it's a 3-pointer. And another timeout, and Carterville's within 6 seconds left in the game. We're going to keep it right here.
Well, regardless of how this game ends, you really got to love the effort by the Carterville Lions. They were blitzed in that third quarter, and you could kind of see what was coming, that this was going to be a blowout win by Cairo, which is what a lot of people expected. But the kids from Carterville, they just decided that was not going to happen. They kept fighting their way, clawing their way back into this game. Probably not going to win. The odds aren't in their favor, but you got to give them credit for playing hard down the stretch and making Cairo earn this win tonight.
At the end of one, it was 17-11 Cairo. At the half, 25-17. At the end of 3, it was an 11-point game, and you've got to remember they hit the 3 at the buzzer at the end of 3 to give them that 11-point lead, and now it's a 5-point game, 6.2 seconds remaining, 59-54. Yeah, they haven't quit. Love seeing that. Cairo knows they've been in a game tonight.
Yeah.
It was last night that they were able to blow out the Heron Tigers 83-69. Not a blowout, but kind of a big win as Demarius Taylor wound up with 43 in that contest. He has 21 here tonight as we have a whistle and a foul on the inbounds pass. Nice job fouling before the clock gets rolling. Shane Hawkins working the clock well this evening as well. The foul is going to be on Carterville's number Dylan Moore. That's the 4th on Dylan. So at the line shooting free throws is going to be Malachi Brown.
Yeah, they're over at the scores table because the foul was before the ball was inbounded, so no time should have run off the clock, and they did put back some time on the clock, which I don't think there was even 6.2 left. So I think
6.4, I think.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, so they basically, well, they still should have taken 0.2 off because the foul was before the ball.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Malachi Brown's first free throw is in the air, and he gets it to fall. I didn't think he was the one that was fouled either. I thought it was Taylor that was fouled. So Dylan Valerius checks back in. On the floor, Valerius, Biddle, Moore, Bryce Anderson, and Hawkeye Hawkins on the far end of the floor, down in front of the Lions bench. Second one is on its way. Good. Malachi Brown has 10 in the game. Carterville gets it in to Valerius. He breaks the timeline, takes it right to the hole, puts up the layup, and gets the bucket to fall. He's got 9. 61-56 is the final in the contest as the Cairo Pilots knock off the Carterville Lions. Your Wild Hog postgame show is next on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Max Morris Gymnasium, where it's our Wild Hog postgame show. Wild Hog, wild with a Y. We invite you to stop by and check out the Wild Hog. They are your Carterville postgame headquarters. And you can enjoy drink specials, food specials every single day. And as a Carterville Lions fan, if you wear the gear in there, show them the logo. They'll take 10% off of your bill. Stop by. Say hello to Bob and the gang. Right there off Commercial Drive in Carterville, the newest restaurant. Just take the Wolf Creek overpass, turn west. You'll run right into the Wild Hog in down beautiful Craneville. 61-56 was the final here, Scott Hudson. You have to be impressed with the effort from the Carterville Lions.
Well, Marion lost to this Carroll team 58-55 Saturday night. Then last night, Carroll put up 83 on Heron to win going away. And tonight it looked like Carroll was going to – they started pulling away in the third quarter, and it looked like this was going to be an 18-22-point Carroll win. But Carroll turned the ball over. Carterville started making some big baskets, some big threes. They got back into it a little, too little too late, as they say. But I love the effort by the Carterville kids tonight. They didn't give up. And hopefully this is something that they can build on going into Saturday's game. They got about 36 hours before they got to play again. Hopefully this is something that they can build on going into that 10 o'clock game.
When you look at the stats here, and before we get into that, Shane Hawkins is going to have good things to say tonight. I think he's going to be very pleased with the effort that he saw from his team. They did not quit. They had an opportunity. As Brian noted, that they scored more points in the fourth quarter than they scored in the first three quarters combined. And so they fought hard. Connor Hawkins comes in, buries a couple of big threes late. They get it to within 5 points. And they wind up, that's where it is, a 5-point game, 61-56. When you look at the scoring for the Cairo Pilots, they were led, of course, by what may be the MVP tournament, MVP of the tournament in Demarius Taylor. He winds up with 21. Farley Ward has 13. You have Darren Hilleburton, who has 5. Malachi Brown with 10. Rico Nelson with 6. And Derice Morris winds up with 2 in the contest. And then for the Lions, when you look at scoring, Justin Johnson winds up with 19. Dylan Valerius had a great game, especially on the boards. He winds up with a ton of rebounds, 9 points as well. You have Connor Hawkins that came in. He winds up with 6 points for the line. No, 7 because he hit the free throw. And then Austin Garby, nice game from Austin Garby, 10 points for him. Dylan Moore with 3. Carterville scores 56 points. They lose 61-56.
Carroll shot 55% from the field. Carterville shot 38% from the field. Looking at rebounds, Carroll out-rebounded Carterville 25-23. Carroll led in rebounding by Malachi Brown with 8. Dylan Valerius led Carterville with 7 rebounds. 5 of those were offensive rebounds. Unofficially, Carterville with 18 turnovers, 22 turnovers for Carroll. I think another key in this game, and this has been a key in a lot of games that Carterville has lost this year, Carterville has to come out and do better offensively in the first half. There's been several games this year where Carterville has scored less than 20 points in the first half. You end up playing from behind. You have to use all that energy in the second half just to try to catch up, as we said in the pregame. Carterville's got to learn to play with a lead, but I love the effort by the kids here tonight, especially in that fourth quarter.
61-56 is the final on the Wild Hog postgame show. We're going to go on and take a break, and when we come back, we are going to name our Joe's Lawn Care Star of the Game. It's on the Wild Hog postgame show here on News Radio WJPF. Steve McKenzie along with Scott Hudson, where the Carterville Lions got knocked off tonight 61-56 at the Midwinter Classic. And we have to name Scott our Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal Star of the Game. And we just had a brief little discussion here from our perch up top of Max Morris Gymnasium. And I think we're going to go with 2 players from the Carterville Lions. I like the game from Dylan Valerius tonight. Especially, he winds up with 9 points, which was nice to get, but he winds up with a ton of rebounds.
7 rebounds, led the Lions in rebounding.
And then on the other on the second one, I think I'm going to go with my new favorite nickname, Hawkeye Hawkins. As he comes into the game late, he's a shooting specialist for the Lions. And Coach Hawkins, late in the games, he will go to offensive, defensive substitutions for the Carterville Lions, and Connor comes in, and he's a 3-ball specialist, and he hit 2 of them and got fouled on 1, made the free throw. He winds up with 7, kept Carterville in this game, made it close, 54 to. Excuse me, I'm looking at my wrong sheet here. In the game, it was 70 to 50. No,
61-56.
Wow, how did that happen?
61-56.
There we go, 61-56. I was like, wasn't that a 5-point game? 61-56 for the Lions. I think we ought to go with Valerius and Connor Hawkins.
Yeah, I have no problem with those 2 selections. Dylan Valerius, 7 rebounds to lead the Lions. Played very hard on both ends of the floor. And Hawkins is instant offense. And, on a team that's void of offense, you got to have somebody that can come off the bench and spark you. And maybe this was Hawkins' coming out party, so to speak. Maybe Dad Shane will give him a little bit more playing time. I know it's hard as a father to, put your son in that situation because he's only a sophomore. But again, Carterville doesn't have a lot of offense, and they really need somebody to come in and spark the team. I thought Connor did that in that fourth quarter. Too little, too late, but still, it was nice to see.
Connor Hawkins and Dylan Valerius are Joe's Lawn Care stars of the game. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 534-8148. With over 20 years of experience, Joe and Lindsay McCann, they specialize in commercial and residential lawn, landscaping maintenance, tree trimming, snow removal. And they are a customer-oriented business and not your typical rush-in, rush-out service that you will find with other lawn care services. Joe's Lawn Care and Snow Removal, rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Call 534-8148. Dylan Valerius and Connor Hawkeye Hawkins, our stars of the game. Coach Shane Hawkins is making his way to our broadcast locations, and we'll get ready to talk to Coach Hawk on our Wild Hog postgame show as we continue here on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Max Moore's Gymnasium on a Thursday night edition of Carterville Lions basketball. It's Dave McKenzie, Scott Hudson, and head coach Shane Hawkins joins us here on our Wild Hog postgame show. Coach, 61-56. My first question for you is, who had to run back to Carterville and get the visitors' uniforms for the game?
That's Coach Russell. If you recall, this is the second time in a row that's happened in this tournament with Cairo.
Oh.
It happened last year.
It happened last year as well.
And it's not Cairo's fault.
Well, there we go. We talked in the broadcast that was going to be the first question.
No, it's my fault twice.
Well, there you go.
And I'll tell you, and it's not excuse, I knew the first two games, I looked at it last week, I looked at it again on Sunday. The first two games of the tournament, we were white.
This would be supposed to be game 3.
This was supposed to be game 3, yes. Yes, you are correct. And in my mind, this was game 2. We were white, no problems. Grab white, let's go.
You know what? It kind of worked because your boys played pretty well in the long sleeve warm-ups in the first half. I mean, I figured it kind of heated them up.
Yeah.
But you have to be very happy with the effort that you got from the Carterville Lions.
Well, and as I told our guys when we walked out, when we got in the locker room, for the first time in 18 games, when our guys walked off the floor, our fans cheered for them. And it wasn't because we lost. It was because they appreciated our effort.
The effort. Yep.
And that was, the game come down to about a 2-minute span there late in the third quarter.
Yep.
They hit a 3, and we did everything right. He hits a 25-footer over Hindu, and Hindu's got his go gadget arms out. And,
yep.
He didn't do anything wrong. He just made a tough shot, and it's the effort that we have to build on. And and I've tried to tell our guys, even last year and this year, the harder you play, the more you get rewarded.
Yep.
The ball somehow goes in the basket. It's kind of like the basketball. God's reward you for your effort. For the first time in, I want to say, 8 or 9 games, we took a charge, and we actually had 3 of them.
Yeah.
We had 3 charges and had a couple of them that were pretty close.
Yeah.
So whatever caused this, revelation about doing things the right way. I thought we did things the way we wanted to. And they're hard to guard because they're not structured and they just go, and it becomes more of a track meet. So it becomes an AAU game a lot of time. It's up and down, and that's usually not our best way to play.
And another good indicator, Coach, is you didn't have that 3, 4, 5, 6 possessions in a row where you come down and turn the ball over.
Yeah.
You know, and where it just kind of builds on itself, and you don't get any points on those possessions. And actually, late in the half, in the fourth quarter, you score more points in the fourth quarter than you score in the first 3 quarters combined. Yeah. And it was just a good combination of good defense, getting a good look, and it's like we've said all along. This team does not really take bad shots.
No.
They're the coldest shooting team in Southern Illinois, and tonight was able to get some of those to fall.
Yeah, we got a couple shots to fall, especially there. Bryce hit 1 and Connor hit 2, and
Hawkeye. That's Hawkeye.
We got a couple going there, and so whatever the reason is, but it's if you can make shots, you can play.
Yeah.
Especially with a team that struggles to score. I thought our zone caused them some problems. At least got them standing around a little bit, took their aggressiveness away from them. And but it's effort. It still went in the right-hand column. It's an effort, so it's a start. Now, how do you build on that Saturday? Do you come out here at 10 a.m. and lay an egg? Or do you have that effort and then execute defensively what we want to do with our guys? And maybe walk out here with a win, and then see what you do in the afternoon tilt. So we'll see. But for the first time, I can appreciate our effort going off the floor and see if we can build on it from now.
61-56. It was Cairo holding off the Carterville Lions, the charging Carterville Lions there late in the fourth quarter. Coach, it was a good game. And we'll play 10 o'clock against the Heron Tigers right here.
That's right. It's going to be a long day for us, and we'll kind of take it easy tomorrow. We'll be real short and kind of more of a walkthrough than anything else. And since we spent 2 days preparing for Heron to play on Monday, and it should be pretty fresh in our minds. So we'll walk through some stuff and get them out, and know that Saturday's going to be a long day, but hopefully end this week on a high note.
Coach Shane Hawkins on our Wild Hog postgame show. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
That is the final 61-56 as the Lions get beat by Cairo here in the contest. Scott, that's just what we talked about, effort from the Lions, and just a good game. Yeah,
a good fourth quarter especially. Third quarter was the quarter that really did Carterville in. Carroll got that big double-digit lead, but Carterville never gave up. They fought back. They had a couple opportunities to cut it to less than 6 points, but they played hard. It's one of the hardest games I've seen Carterville play all year, considering that they were down by as much as they were in the third quarter. So hopefully it's something they can build on. They need to come out here Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. It's a Heron team that's under 500, a team that got blown out by this Carroll team last night. I think Carterville can win that game Saturday morning, but they've got to come out, and especially they've got to score in double. They've got to score more than 20 points in the first half. That's kind of been one of their problems. They tend to start out slowly offensively. If they can start out well against Heron, play as hard as they did in that fourth quarter tonight, there's no reason why Carterville can't win that 10 o'clock game. 61-56 is the final. And, again, we'll be back here. We got 2 games on Saturday. Scott and I are going to come up and travel up early. We'll, I think we're going to have the last hour of Sports Voice live from our perch here while Murph makes the trip up, as both teams will be broadcasting here. 10 o'clock against the Heron Tigers. And then depending on what happens in that game depends on the next game. It could be either the 3:30 tilt if Carterville loses. If they win over Heron, then they would have the next game, which would be 5:30, I believe, right here. But Carterville close, but no cigar tonight. 61-56 as the Cairo Pilots pull out the win. Thank you to our producer, engineer back at the studio, Mr. Brian R. Powell. He was a lot of help tonight from my partner, Scott Hudson. I'm Dave McKenzie. 61-56, the Pilots knock off the Lions. We'll talk to you Saturday morning here from Max Moore's Gymnasium on the campus of West Frankfort High School for the Midwinter Classic on News Radio WJPF. See you. Thanks, bud.